All right, let's get started with actually programming out the game. We're going to print some opening statement. In this case, we'll just do something simple like welcome to blackjack. And then we want to create and shuffle the deck. So we'll say deck is equal to an instance of a deck object. And then we'll grab that deck and we will shuffle it. After that, we want to set up the players themselves. So set up 2 hands for each player. Or I should say a hand per player, hand per dealer. So player hand is equal to an instance of the hand, and we're going to grab that player hand and then add a card to it. And the card itself is going to be just dealing from that deck. So we'll say deck.deal. And we're going to do this twice. And we'll actually do a very similar thing for the dealer. So we're going to copy and paste this code, except instead of the player hand, it will be the dealer hand. So we'll say dealer, create a hand, add a card to this twice. So we created a deck, and now we have a player hand and a dealer hand. Up next is to set up the player's trips. So for this, we'll say player chips is equal to a chips object. Remember, the default value is 100, but you could adjust this depending on how you define the actual chips object above. Then up next, we want to prompt the player for their bet. So we already have the take bet function that does this for us. We say take bet, and we're going to pass in the player's chips. And then we want to show cards. So in this case, this is still the beginning of the game, so we'll only call the show sum function. We'll say show sum, and then we'll pass in the player hand, the dealer hand, and then we'll also pass in, actually that's all we need to pass in for show sum. And then while playing, recall this variable from our hit or stand functions. This is a global variable here. So while we're playing, we're going to ask the player, do they want to hit or stand? So we actually have this hit or stand that takes in the deck we created, as well as the player hand. Then we want to show the cards. Since the player is still playing, we're going to say show sum again. And it's actually the same here as above, show the player hand and the dealer hand. So we'll copy this and paste it in. Then if the player's hand exceeds 21, we're going to check or run player bus. So we'll say if the player hand, I should say the value of the player hand, remember that's an attribute. If it's greater than 21, then this player has busted and they've lost. So we will call player bus and then pass in the needed information, including the player hand, the dealer hand, and then the player chips. After that, we can just break. So let's go over what we've done so far. We've set up the deck, we set up the player's hand, and we set up the dealer's hand. We set up the player's chips, we've taken a bet from the player, and then we show some of the cards. Basically, show some means still show that dealer's hand as one of the cards face down. Then while playing, we will say hit or stand for that player. We'll show some of the cards. Let's make sure that lines up there. And then if that player's hand value is greater than 21, we're going to bust out of that. Now for the next step, we want to check if the player hasn't busted. We're going to play the dealer's hand until the dealer reaches 17. And I'm going to explain that in just a second, but let's write out the code for it. We'll say if the player hand value is less than or equal to 21, that means the player hasn't busted. And we're going to say while the dealer hand value is less than 17, go ahead and hit using the deck and the dealer hand. Something I want to note is it depends on how you want to set up your game, whether or not you want to use the value of 17 here. If you're familiar with the game of blackjack, in a casino they have this rule called soft 17, that the dealer only hits until they reach 17. Now, the way you could have also structured it is say, while dealer hand value is less than the player hand value to keep on hitting. It's up to you whether you want to do this soft 17 rule, or if you want to just keep going until you either beat the player or bust. So either one of those methods is okay. Again, it really depends on how much into detail of the game of blackjack you want to go into. Right now, we're really just focused on coding, so either one of the options is fine. So since the dealer is now playing, we need to show all the dealer cards. We will say show all, and we'll say player hand, and the dealer hand. And I'm just using tab to autocomplete there. Then we run the different situations where someone may win or lose. So if the dealer's hand value is greater than 21, then the dealer has busted. So we say dealer bus, and we pass in the player hand, the dealer hand, and the player's chips. If the dealer hand value is greater than the player hand value, then the dealer has won. So we'll say dealer wins, and then we pass in the same 3 parameters as before. So let's copy that and paste them in. Else if we have another situation to check, so we'll say if the dealer hand value is less than the player hand value, and this is more dependent on that soft 17 rule, because it kind of depends. If you initiated this as 17, then this situation may come up. If you just keep going until you bust, then this situation won't ever come up. But we'll still pass it in here, so we match up the notes. We'll say player wins if the dealer hand value is less than the player hand value. And again, we just pass in the player hand, the dealer hand, and the player chips. Else, and then finally we check the situation for a push where they both happen to get 21 and they tied up. We'll say push on the player hand and the dealer hand, which are the functions we defined before. Then we want to inform the player of their remaining chips, so we're going to say print. We'll say print a new line just so we get some space here. Players total chips are at, and we'll end the string there and format in player chips total attribute. And then finally we'll just have some little small loop here to ask them if they want to play again. So we'll say new game is equal to input. Would you like to play another hand? We'll say yes or no. And if the result of the new game, if that first letter, let's say if that first letter lowercase is equal to a Y, we'll set playing equal to true, and then it's the player's turn again, and we'll continue along. Else, what we're going to do is say print thank you for playing, and then we'll break out of that entire loop. Okay, so we just did a lot of code here, so let's zoom out and run through all the steps here, and then we'll debug just in case we have any typos. So, the game. We say while true, we print out welcome to blackjack. This is the pretty straightforward stuff. We create a deck, we shuffle it, then we create a hand object to represent the player, add 2 cards to that hand, then we create a hand object to represent the dealer's hand, add 2 cards to that dealer's hand. We set up the player's chips, then we take a bet from the player, and then we show some of the cards. So we say player hand and dealer hand, and show some means that the dealer's hand is still hidden. Then we have this global variable called playing. And while we're still playing, that is the human player still playing, we ask them if they want to hit or stand. Then we show some of the cards, so the dealer's card is still hidden. And then we check, did the player bust or not? If they busted, then we just break out of this. If the player hasn't busted, that means their value is still less than or equal to 21. We check while the dealer hand value, and you can say either less than the player hand value or less than 17, depending on how you actually want to implement that rule, you'll keep hitting. Then you're going to show all the cards, and then you'll check for the different situations. Either the dealer's busting, the dealer wins, the player wins, or it's a push. We inform the player what their total chips are, we ask them if they want to play again, and then we have this little loop that will either reset the playing to true or we'll break out of this while loop. Let's run this and see if we get any errors. Okay, how many chips would I like to bet? First off, let's bet way too many chips and see if we get that error. So it says, sorry, you don't have enough chips, you have 100. Okay, so far so good. Let's bet 50 chips. Dealer hand, we get 1 card hidden, and they have the 10 of hearts. I have the Queen of Hearts and the Queen of Spades. Remember, that total value is 20, because that's 10 plus 10, so I'm definitely going to stand. I'm going to enter S here. So I stood, and then I have dealer's hand, Ace of Hearts, 10 of Hearts. So that's a straight 21. That's pretty freaking lucky, but looks like we lost even with a great hand of 20. So I have total chips are 50. Do I want to play another hand? Yeah, let's do it. Let's see how good our luck is. Welcome to Blackjack. How many chips would you like to bet? Let's see if I bet 100 again, what happens? So notice if I bet 100, I actually don't get an error because it's being reset the way we designed it. So I'm going to scroll up real quick just to show you this. So each time you call chips here, it's being reset because of the way we define chips. All the way back up here, we said by default the total is equal to 100. What we could have done is kept going with some sort of recurring chips object and not have it reset 100. It's up to you how you want to think about this, but you could assign chips instead to maybe a player. So let's continue along. We basically reset our number of chips. We'll come back down here and let's check what we have. Player's hand is an 18. I'm going to stand again. That's a pretty good hand to stand on. And we have dealer's hand was a 2, 6 of clubs, and an ace of diamonds, so that's 19. Dealer wins again. Player chips total. Let's say, yes, I want to play again, and I'm going to just put in a bet here. 1 card hidden, 10 of diamonds. I have 5 of diamonds, queen of hearts, so I can tell this game is definitely favored towards the dealer. Let's hit just so we can practice hitting. And now I have 5, 10, and ace, so that's 16. That's pretty lucky. We'll stand there. And let's scroll all the way down. You'll notice in Jupyter Notebook if you have too much. So it looks like the dealer ended up busting, so we won. So the dealer hand was too much. It kept going, and now we are at 120. Would I like to play another hand? No, thank you. Say no, and now it's thank you for playing. Okay, that's it for the entire game. That's definitely a lot of code. And keep in mind, your solution could look way different than this. There's basically an infinite number of ways you could have programmed out this game. You could have made more classes, used more functions, assigned maybe a player class and a dealer class instead of just hands for them both. So it's really up to you, the flexibility here. If you have any questions, feel free to post the Q&A forums, but this basically concludes the second milestone project. We'll see you at the next lecture.